I want to spend a couple minutes with you right now and just talk you through what actually happened in China, because I got nervous actually recording video in the People's Republic of China. So I took a lot of pictures and shot some videos, but here's what happened. When I got off the bullet train, the team was there from the company that sponsored me, in other words, that allowed me to come over there. They picked me up, we got in a car and we drove from Shenzhen to Guangzhou. It took about 3 hours to do it. It was crazy, it was a long, long drive. Once we got there, I met with the owner of the company. His English name is Mosen. Amazing, amazing human being, really excited to be in business with him. And he showed me the factory. What I was really blown away by when I saw the factory and why I knew we'd found the right company to partner with to make our cold plunge chillers is they were already making the cold plunge chillers for the biggest companies in North America. And Mosen eventually told me that they are literally manufacturing about 90% of cold plunge chillers that are actually made for the North American market. That was like the final confirmation that I needed. So then we had a meeting in his office where we talked through the numbers and the financials and how it works, and we agreed to start importing the chillers from him. He's going to make them for us. I put in an order for 150 chillers right up front. Now we're just negotiating the price. We've got a really fierce negotiation going on right now, but yeah, we got the deal done. It was really exciting. And then we headed out to a beautiful, authentic Chinese restaurant in Guangzhou and just had a lot of fun there. The team then took me back to Shenzhen, 2 hours, so it wasn't as long because there wasn't as much traffic. And I spent the night at a Marriott hotel in downtown Shenzhen, China. The next day they picked me up again and we went and talked to a spa manufacturer. So this is a company that makes swimming pools and spas for the North American market. And that's where I saw the hot tubs and everything else. And man, we're gonna actually even import some of the pieces we need to make our hot tubs, which is gonna add so much value to what we're doing in our business.
Right, day one was great. We went and checked out the manufacturing company that creates the chillers. We had great conversations with them, and we are definitely moving forward with putting a deal together and ordering the chillers directly. One of the things that I saw that was really amazing, and you can see some pictures jumping up on the screen as I'm talking to you right now, but it became really clear to me when I was there that this company is already manufacturing the chillers for 90% of the companies in North America that sell cold plunges. So it obviously makes sense that we get our chillers from the same place. And it's going to cut our cost by about 70%. So we can sell the cold plunges complete for cheaper and make more money with them. Now we're in the car again for another hour or two, and we're heading over to a company that makes the spa pack. So this is the heating system and the bubbling system and everything for the hot tubs that make our hot tubs work. And right now we're buying these spa packs through a Canadian supplier for about $4,000. So I'm hoping that we see the same results there, but we'll see how it goes. I obviously can't get a lot of video or anything when we're actually in these companies, but I'll take some pictures and flash them up on the screen as I'm giving you the results. Okay, I think we're in the right place. So we've been in the car for about an hour and a half, and it looks like some type of hotel, but right up front, I find this cedar hot tub. So we're here to check out spa packs, but I'm guessing this is the right location. All right, this has to be one of the most hectic, crazy travel schedules I've ever had. Or I don't even know what to call it. Maybe I was just being too ambitious, thinking I could fly to Asia, go into China, negotiate a major deal for our hot tub company, and leave and get back to Toronto in time for a speaking event.
and do it all in 4 days, because now I'm sitting in easily the largest train station I've ever seen in my life. This is the Shenzhen train station. Now remember, Shenzhen is a city of about 15 million people. You're only able to see half of it from here, but there's got to be 10,000 people here, all waiting for bullet trains to go all over the place. Well, my train was at 4:28, and I got here. Nobody speaks English in this place, and the only thing they can do is use a translator on the phone. But I was getting ready to leave for the train, and they said it was delayed until 6:11. And they gave me this little, see on the table there, that little red stand? That's my number. And allegedly, in the next 10 minutes, somebody is going to come get me and find the number and take me down to the train now, which is supposed to be at 6:11, which is in 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to watch this video a couple times after I publish it just to laugh at all of the antics. All I pray is that my flight tomorrow morning from Hong Kong to Toronto goes off without a hitch. And I'm nervous about it too, because the flight goes from Hong Kong to Vancouver. That's the first leg of it. It's 13 hours. And remember, my flight on the way out here got delayed, and I missed a flight because of it and everything else. But I only have a 30-minute time difference between when I got to get on the next flight. So I got to get off my flight, and I have to clear customs too. I just thought about that. Oh Lord, this is going to get even sketchier. I got to get off my flight, clear customs, get to the domestic departure gate, and jump on another flight. My flight lands at 7:05 a.m. and my connection to Toronto takes off at 7:55 a.m. That might sound like a lot of time, but there's a lot that's got to happen in that time. Anyway, here's the good news. We've negotiated a major deal with the manufacturer that I came over to see, and we're going to be buying the chiller units for our new cold plunges that we're going to be launching in November from them at about 150% less than what we were paying before. So it means we can sell it for less. It's a beautiful product. I can't wait to reveal it to the world, and it's going to be unbelievable. So anyway, pray for me, guys. Let's hope that they come and get me in the next couple of minutes. It'll be a big relief if they do. So I've made it down to the platform and just waiting for the train now. But check out what these bullet trains actually look like. All right, I actually made it. This is first class on a bullet train in China.
Okay, as I promised everybody, this is the last day of the trip, and I'm in the Hong Kong International Airport. Check out the size of this crazy arrivals terminal. And I'm flying Air Canada. Air Canada's premier service, first class. I'm not quite sure what they say, but I feel like one of those travel bloggers. Anyway, I promised you I would take you on this with me so you could get a chance to get a feel for Air Canada's service and everything that they offer. Now, Air Canada is definitely a premier airline. When you look at cost-by-cost comparisons between airlines, it's one of the more expensive airlines. And generally speaking, I've always found the service to be exceptional. What makes me really different than anybody else that might be doing a review video of an airline is that I've flown 850,000 miles with Air Canada over the last 20 years. So I definitely have seen Air Canada evolve over the years. Haven't had a lot of great experiences lately, it's sad to say. I think they're going through some growing pains right now. But I'm going to show you, this is in Hong Kong's airport. I can't remember if I've ever checked into a flight here or not. And once I get through check-in, we're going to go into the lounge and I'll sit down and I'll review the trip with you and tell you what we accomplished. And in my true form, I couldn't be any further away from where I'm supposed to be right now. So I don't know if you can see way down there, but I'm going to row D. D is in Delta, which it's the furthest one. Well, there's probably more on the other side of that sign, but it's the one that's way down there. So we'll just take a little walk down there and make sure we get everything we need. Look at that, they even have airport rewards here. All right, this is D. Oh, there we go. It's like whenever I'm traveling internationally, It's been a little while since I've been in Asia, but I've noticed I get a little, I don't want to say worked up, but you know, when I come around the corner and I see the Air Canada sign, I get a little relief. All right, I've never had the nerves to, you know, have my camera flashing in people's faces when I'm going through security. So I'll put the camera away for a minute and I'll be back with you guys just as I get through. All right, there's another security customs experience. Actually, they're pretty good at Hong Kong Airport. Now we're gonna look for the first class lounge. I'm guessing it's probably right around there. Given the lounges that were there, we might be sharing the Silver Chris lounge because I don't see an Air Canada lounge anywhere. We got a little treat today. Let me show you this. That is probably one of the nicest lounges in the world. It's the Air Canada Centurion Lounge. It's an exclusive benefit for anybody that has an American Express Platinum card. So I think we're gonna go hit that. Okay, it's not one of the easiest terminals to be in. There wasn't a real bunch of direction unless, of course, it was in Mandarin, which might be the reason. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of lounge hopping in the Hong Kong airport. So here's the deal. The Centurion Lounge doesn't open until 7 a.m. Right now it's 6:05. So the second option could be even better. Around the world, Singapore Airlines has renowned reputation for like awesomeness. So we're gonna do a little lounge hopping. We're gonna go till the Singapore Airlines Lounge until 7 o'clock and then we'll head over and take you through the Centurion Lounge. Okay, I think my favorite part of traveling is eating. So this is my breakfast, Chris Flyers Lounge, that's the Singapore Airlines Lounge. So got some dim sum, some rice, and some noodles. Typical Asian breakfast, which is my favorite breakfast. So let's jump into it. That was a whirlwind. That trip happened so fast that I didn't even get a chance to record a lot of video I wanted, but let's just review. I left Toronto on Monday. I was supposed to leave at 11 a.m. I didn't actually end up leaving until 3 in the afternoon because of delays. I get to Tokyo. I get off the plane and it shows my connection on Japan Airlines. Gives me the gate, so I head over there. I get over there. Just as I'm checking in, Japan Airlines tells me that I'm not on this flight, that Air Canada had removed me. I was shocked to find this out. I had an hour and 5 minutes from when my plane landed to the next one was taken off. I made it to the gate in lots of time. They forced me to stay overnight there. They wouldn't answer any of my questions. They wouldn't take any calls. It was a horrible experience. And I really am shocked that, and I'm not like, this is an entitlement thing to say. I get it, and I'm really sorry for anybody that's offended by this, but given the amount of money that I spend on air travel and my status with Air Canada, I'm just shocked that they would do it, first of all, and secondly, that they wouldn't even talk to me about it and help make it right. And then I found 3 different flights that I could get that night, and Air Canada couldn't even change it, saying that it was a Cathay Pacific problem. Anyway, finally got to Hong Kong, went right down to the Shenzhen train station and jumped on the train to Shenzhen, went through customs into China and got there around 3 in the afternoon. My hosts were unbelievable, great people. We jumped in a car, we drove to Guangzhou, which is about 80 kilometers, but for some reason took 2.5 hours. We got there at 7 o'clock, did a tour of the factory. I met the owner, Moses, an amazing man. We put together a deal for our new chillers, which was awesome. Then we went out for dinner, had a few beers, had lots of amazing Chinese food, real Chinese food. And then they dropped me off at the Marriott in Shenzhen. Dropped me off there about midnight, and it was amazing. Hey, listen, I want to say my incredible compliments to the Marriott hotel chain and the work that they're doing in Asia. The hotels are all amazing. They're the best in class. I have whatever Marriott's top status is and travel all over the world, and I only stay in Marriott hotels. And you really did well there, so that was fun. And then on day 2, I asked my host to take me to some companies that make hot tubs. You know, I thought if I was going to be in China anyway, I'd see if there was any deals I could cut or negotiations I could do to try and find cheaper products for our hot tubs. I was really thinking I might be able to find our spa pack, which is what heats the hot tub and makes it bubble. Couldn't find that, but what we did find was several pieces of equipment, several pieces of the hot tubs that take us a lot of time to make, like the steel bands that go around them. The company that we went to visit actually makes hot tubs and makes those steel bands. And we realized that we can order the steel bands from them already complete, and they'll be just as good a quality, but it'll be literally half as expensive for us. So that was exciting. And then the highlight of my trip, I think, is going to end up being the wood that we buy to make our hot tubs. We found a company in China that orders the same wood that we do from BC, brings it over, and cuts the stave, so cuts the pieces of wood so that they fit around the hot tub. And if we order directly from them, our price is going to be half, and that's our single biggest expense. So overall, it was an amazing trip. I got back to Shenzhen at around 2 o'clock. We had lunch. Then they dropped me at the train station, and of course, more nervousness, as you guys saw from the videos. It's really tough being in a country when you don't speak the language and nobody speaks English. All right, that was the Chris Flyers first class lounge for Singapore Airlines. They had a nice breakfast and everything. Now let's head over to the Centurion Club, and you can be the judge on what the difference is in quality and standard between the two. Okay, now that I've been in both the Singapore Airlines Business Class Lounge versus the Centurion Lounge, the Singapore Airlines Business Class Lounge definitely wins hands down. I've been in a lot of Centurion lounges around the world. One of my favorites is Centurion Lounge in Miami, followed closely by the one in Las Vegas. This one is really feels watered down. It doesn't feel any different than a Plaza lounge, which is really shocking to me. The Centurion lounges in North America that I've been to are decadent. They wait on you hand and fist. They even offer massages for free for members. Here, it's like a cattle barn. I don't know if you can see it very well in there. Here, there's a lineup for the food. In the Centurion lounges I've been in North America, it's all waiter service. So you sit down, they have a menu, you can go to the buffet or you can order food. It's just a higher level of service. Here, it's really watered down, which is disappointing. So Centurion, I hope you see this, American Express, I hope you see this video because you're not helping your brand when a guy like me gets a chance to promote you and I see something that's subpar here. 787 Dreamliner is supposedly one of Air Canada's top planes. They use it exclusively for long-haul flights, mostly between Canada and Asia. And today I'm in Hong Kong at Hong Kong's National Airport, and I'm just about to board this Air Canada 787 for a 13-hour flight to Vancouver, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. Let's go check out Air Canada's first-class experience. Okay, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that I spend so much time on airplanes, but I'm pretty quickly able to, really see fine details that make this type of travel so good. Firstly, let me just show you real quickly. So obviously, pretty standard now is these big 20-inch screens that you get and a whole selection of movies, although I think I've watched every movie. The other thing I want to show you guys is a great little amenities bag that they give you. Let's check out and see what's on the menu today. Okay, great options for lunch today. So you see some really wonderful appetizers. And then 4 main course options. We've got the wok fried beef, chicken tikka, grilled barramundi, or pork belly. I think I'm gonna go with the wok fried beef tenderloin with Cantonese steak sauce, steamed rice, carrots, onions, pak choy, and mushrooms. So I think my main order of activity on this flight today is gonna be reading. I brought a great book with me that I'm excited about. I've pretty well watched every movie that they have on these planes. I know they come up with new movies every once in a while, but it just doesn't seem to make it for me. So anyway, we'll catch up with you at dinner time. Okay, so this whole flight is about 13 and a half hours, and we have an hour and 45 minutes left of it. I think I'll end this vlog here because you've seen the rest. So what's the big takeaway from this trip and the negotiations that we now have undergoing and the whole Chinese experience? Well, first and foremost, like I said at the very beginning of this vlog, whenever I acquire a new business or start a business, I work in 2 phases. Phase 1 is increasing revenue. I want to start increasing revenue radically, because at least that way, while I'm dealing with decreasing costs, I've got the cash to pay the employees, keep the business healthy. Phase 2 is reducing costs. So now we did the trip to China, and we know we can reduce the cost of our chillers by about 400%, which means more money in our pockets, more money for our investors, just a better company overall.
The other thing that happened while we were over there was on day 2 of the trip, I went out and started looking at companies that make hot tubs in China to see if I could find a better, cheaper substitute for the spa packs. I didn't find that, but I did find a company that can make those metal straps that we use to hold our hot tubs together, hold the Civic together, because we make them now and we can actually have them made 3 times less than what it cost us to make, which I think is exciting. And then the other thing, the big potential discovery over there is that we found a company who orders the exact same cedar in Canada that we do. And I would never, ever stop manufacturing these because that's what makes Canadian hot tubs so special. But right now, we order the wood, the staves, the individual pieces of the hot tub from a company in Canada, and we pay almost $40 for one piece of wood. And we've now realized that we can order the staves directly from the company in China and import them to Canada. There's no rules against importing the wood because it originated in Canada. And we can get the same stave 50% cheaper. So if you think about the totality of what we've got already, we're probably going to add 10 to 15% to our bottom line just from this one trip. And that's what building an amazing, successful business is all about. Hey, if you enjoyed this vlog, go into the chat and give me some feedback, what you thought about it. And also, if you like the videos that we're producing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and come on future journeys with me.